Hello and welcome back to English Joy. Hi everybody, I'm Mia. Today we will discuss about how to talk English at a restaurant and order food confidently. Do you ever feel nervous when you want to speak English, but the words don't come out? I know, I feel that too. And here's the truth. You're not bad at English. You're just afraid of making mistakes, right? Yeah, that's exactly it. In this video, we're practicing simple English. We're going to talk about how to order food at a restaurant confidently using real conversation. No pressure, no tests. Just you and me. Let's practice together. So, have you ever been in that situation? I have, many times. I walk into a restaurant, I sit down, the menu looks fine. I recognize most of the words. Chicken, pasta, salad. Everything feels okay at first, but then the server comes over. They smile, they look at me and say, "Hi, how are you today?" And suddenly, my mind goes blank, completely blank. I know what I want to say. I really do. I just want something simple, but my heart starts beating faster. My chest feels tight, and my head starts asking questions. What if I say it wrong? What if they don't understand me? What if they look at me weird? What if I sound stupid? So I freeze. I smile. I nod. Sometimes I point at the menu. Sometimes I say something very small. This one. And that's it. And right after that moment, I feel disappointed in myself because deep inside, I know I can say more. I know I understand more. I just don't feel safe saying it in English. That feeling, it's heavy. It stays with you. You think about it later, on the way home, before you sleep. You replay the moment in your head. I should have said this. I should have tried. I remember one time I wanted to ask a very simple question, just one. I wanted to know what came with the meal, that's all. But I didn't ask. I stayed quiet. I nodded again. And later that day, I kept thinking, why didn't I just try? If you've ever felt that way, I want you to know something. You're not weak. You're not stupid. You're human. And that's why we're here. Not to be perfect, not to sound like a native speaker overnight, just to practice. Slowly, safely, together. Let's slow everything down for a moment. In this video, we're going to focus on one very simple sentence. Just one. A sentence real people use every day. When I say, "I'd like to order, please," I simply mean, I'm ready to choose my food now. That's it. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need long sentences. You don't need big vocabulary. You just need to be understood. English is not about sounding smart. It's about connection. It's about getting what you need. And this sentence, it works almost everywhere. Take a breath. Now, let's practice together. I'll say it first, just listen. "I'd like to order, please." Now you try. Good. Really, you're doing better than you think. We'll keep going from here. I'll say it one more time. Listen carefully. "I'd like to order, please." Now you try. Good. Let's say it together one more time. "I'd like to order, please." Nice. That sounded natural. Now let's make it feel more real. Imagine you're sitting at the table. The menu is open. The server is standing in front of you. They're waiting. You don't need to rush. You don't need to panic. You can say, "I'd like to order, please." And then you add one small thing, just one. For example, "I'd like to order, please. Can I have the chicken?" Listen again. I'd like to order, please. Can I have the chicken? Now you try. Good. That's exactly how people talk. Simple, clear, no stress. Now let's try another one. I'd like to order, please. Can I get the pasta? Now you. Nice. Notice something? You didn't have to think too much. You didn't have to translate in your head. You just said it. And that's the goal. Now imagine this. The server comes too fast. You're not ready yet. That's okay. This happens all the time. You can say, I need a minute, please. Listen again. I need a minute, please. Now you try. Perfect. That sentence is powerful. It gives you time. It gives you space. And native speakers use it all the time. Let's keep going. Imagine the server asks you something. They say, are you ready to order? You don't panic. You don't freeze. You calmly say, I'd like to order, please. Or, I need a minute, please. Both are okay. Both are natural. If you're still here right now, that tells me something. It tells me you're trying. And I respect that. Learning a language takes courage. Most people quit early. You didn't. That matters. All right, let's take one more small step. The server asks, anything to drink? This is very common, very normal. You can answer with just a few words. Just water, please. Listen again. Just water, please. Now you try. Good. Or maybe you want something else. You can say, can I get a coffee, please? Now you. Nice. That's real English. Short, natural, used every day. You don't need perfect sentences. You don't need to sound fancy. You just need to communicate. Let that sink in for a moment. Let's keep going. Now imagine you're not alone. You're with a friend. The server comes back and asks, what are you having? You don't need to overthink. You can say, I think I'll order the pasta. Listen again. I think I'll order the pasta. Now you try. Good. That phrase, I think I'll, native speakers use it all the time. It sounds soft. It sounds natural. It doesn't sound forced. Let's try another one. I think I'll go with the chicken. Now you. Nice. You see, you're not memorizing rules. You're getting comfortable with real language. Sometimes the server asks another question. They might say, would you like anything else? This question can feel scary, but your answer can be very simple. You can say, no, that's all, thank you. Listen again. No, that's all, thank you. Now you try. Perfect. Or if you want something more, you can say, yes, can I also get a salad? Now you. Good. That's exactly how it sounds in real life. I want you to notice something important right now. You're not rushing, you're not forcing yourself, you're just listening and responding. That's how confidence is built, not all at once, little by little. Now let's imagine the full moment. You walk in, you sit down, the server comes over. They smile, they speak a little fast, and that's okay. You stay calm, you breathe. They say, hi, how are you doing today? You can answer simply, I'm good, thank you. Or, I'm doing well, thanks. Both are perfect. Then they ask, are you ready to order? And you already know what to say. Your body doesn't tense up as much. Your mind doesn't freeze. You say, I'd like to order, please. That moment, that's progress. Even if your pronunciation isn't perfect, even if your voice shakes a little, you spoke, and that matters. Let's stay with this feeling for a moment. We're going to listen to everything again soon, but this time it will feel easier because now your brain recognizes it. You're not starting from zero anymore. Now we're going to put everything together. Not fast, not rushed, just natural. I want you to imagine the scene again. You're sitting at the table, the menu is in front of you. You've already taken a breath. You feel a little calmer than before. The server walks over and says, "Hi, how are you today?" And you answer, "I'm good, thank you." Then they ask, "Are you ready to order?" And this time, your mind doesn't panic, your body doesn't freeze. You say, "I'd like to order, please." They smile and say, "Sure, what would you like?" You look at the menu, you already know. You say, "Can I have the chicken and a salad?" Listen to how simple that was. Nothing fancy, nothing perfect, just clear. The server nods and asks, "Anything to drink?" You don't hesitate. You say, "Just water, please." And that's it. That's a full interaction. That's real life. Now, let's listen to the same conversation again, this time a little more naturally. Just listen, no pressure. "Hi, how are you doing today?" "I'm good, thank you." "Are you ready to order?" "I'd like to order, please." "Sure, what would you like?" "Can I have the chicken and a salad?" "Of course. Anything to drink?" "Just water, please." "No problem." Did you notice something? Nothing was perfect, but everything worked. That's what real English sounds like. People aren't judging your grammar, they're listening for meaning. Now, I want you to think about this. You don't need confidence first. Confidence comes after you try, after you speak. Right now, you're doing the hardest part. You're showing up, you're listening, you're practicing, and that's something to be proud of. If this felt easier than you expected, that's not an accident. It's because you slowed down. You gave yourself permission to be human. Before we finish, let me ask you something. How did that feel? Did it feel a little lighter, a little less scary? If it did, leave a comment. Just a few words. Tell me how you felt. We're practicing together. You're not alone in this. In the next video, we'll practice another situation, one that makes a lot of people nervous, something that happens at work, something very real. But just like today, we'll take it slow, step by step, together. You're doing better than you think. Before you go, I want you to remember this moment. Right now, you listened, you practiced, you stayed until the end. That already puts you ahead of most people. Most people want to speak English, but they don't give themselves time. They don't give themselves patience. They quit too early. You didn't. And that matters more than perfect pronunciation, more than perfect grammar. Next time you're in a restaurant, you won't feel as lost. Your body will remember this feeling, this calm, this slow confidence. And even if your voice shakes a little, that's okay. Even native speakers hesitate sometimes. English is not about being fearless. It's about speaking even when you feel unsure. So take this with you. One sentence, one moment, one small win. Thank you for practicing with me today. I'm proud of you. I'll see you in the next video. We'll keep going together.